Hey, great Scott, how's it going? Can you hear me okay? I am, we're getting married tomorrow. And my first attempt at a silver version of our wedding ring. I didn't pour it quite fast enough. But so tonight I got to remelt this, re-pour it. I'm making a sand mold. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, making a sand mold. This was the one from last night. I think it was just me going too slow. I was being a little too cautious. And so I'm just going to hammer in some new clay, make a new impression on the ring, and yeah, and try it again. See if I can, I got a cool, see if I can get you over there. Let's see here. Hey, Monkey King Metals, how's it going? Let's see. There's the little furnace there. Pretty tiny, but it's pretty awesome. That thing will heat right up to like 2,000 degrees in like 3 minutes. I'm really liking it. The wedding's happening tomorrow, Zach. That's why I'm desperately trying to make 2 rings tonight. We just got sidetracked. We had so much other stuff going on. Yeah, I didn't get any spill on this one, but it was by the time I poured it out, about I'd say half went in, and the other half was still on the side. It started to cool down already. So when I reheated it and poured it the rest in, I ended up with a huge sprue, and it didn't quite go around. So I think if I just, now that I can see right, it's really good. I can see right where it's going. I should be able to just drop it right in, and I think that'll make a complete ring. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to try it in silver first. We'll see how that works, and then I have gold I need to add up from all the milk. Well, I have a lot of mail calls from before, but I don't know. I have a bunch of gold that got sent to us recently, so I want to do a mail call on those, and then I'll add those to the gold that we have, and add a little silver to it, make a ring. Cools down quick. Yeah, you know it's yeah, it does. The that machine though, it's funny. It goes about 3 minutes. It takes it to get to 2,000 degrees, but it takes about 3 hours to get back down to zero. Yeah, thank you very much, Zach. Yours is, I'll be pulling yours out shortly. I'm just trying to get this sand mold. I'll be trying to watch you guys at the same time, but I'm trying to. I'm down to less than 12 hours before we're getting married. I have the stainless steel rings that I'm using for the for making the molds out of, but I really would rather them in the metal that I prefer, which would be the gold. But it's a pretty simple setup. Oh. Okay, so I need to, I feel like I'm forgetting something. All right. Shouldn't be too much banging. because I don't know, everything was still so packed from last night. I'm leaving that right in there. I'm actually going to turn this so you guys can see. Hi, and I'm Crazy. How's it going? I'm going to try to watch the chat at the same time, but I'm also going to turn this down here so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Don't think that's a good idea. It won't pack in time. What do you mean, the clay? It's gonna have to, brother. I'm out of time. A little bit more. I think if I just would have done it a little faster last night, I would have been all right. Thanks, great Scott. I really appreciate that. That's you. That the ring you guys saw there. This was my first attempt ever. Cool thing is it fit her. It was the right size. I just did it a little too slow, but that's out of 999. Figure if I can make one silver one, I can make two gold ones. So it can go all the way around. Hold on, is that a question? So it can go all the way around. You mean like, did I put a vent? Yeah, I did. On, it's hard to see it now because I just packed it in. I did put a vent on, and I think the problem was I was being a little too cautious, and I used a what do they call, paper clip, and I don't think that was quite thick enough and didn't let enough air out. And so I've got a couple other objects to try tonight that's going to bring the holes a little bigger. I was just trying to, I didn't want to, I don't know. I was thinking I would lose all of the, I was thinking I'd lose all the metal, but turns out it's really, on the far side, so it can go all the way around on the far side. Right. I did, let's see if I can show you on here. Basically, I did a hole there, I think a hole here and here, and then did a little line to each one of them. And when I poured the ring, if you look, it never came out the bottom. It never even tried to go out an air hole down here. So I don't think I was letting enough out. So I'm going to make them probably 3 times the size as I did last night and hope that it allows a little more flow down. And I think part of it was I was pouring too slow. I just was nervous and wasn't really sure if I was doing it right. and took a little too much time to do it. Toothpick or a little bigger. Yeah, so this is what I got. And it's let me show you in the comparison to the paperclip, just so you can see an idea of the difference in size. So, and you see that there's the paperclip, and that's what this is. So, not sure the exact measurement on that, but two will not let it go to the other side. Only do one. Should I do it directly down this on the bottom center when I do that? Opposite the pore hole. Okay, down right. Okay, that's what I wondered. I've been watching a ton of videos from all you guys at Pour, and so I kind of had a little bit of a technique going from everybody. But you know, obviously, I mean, a lot of people's first pours are a square or a circle or whatever. I'm kind of jumping off the deep end trying to do something like this on my first one, but I kind of gotta. It has to happen. I'm not going to bed tonight till I make at least hers. I can pour mine tomorrow if I have to in the morning, but I have to make hers. She's gonna have gold on her finger at the wedding. I don't care what it takes. I'll be definitely doing that vent thing here in a minute, though, so you can. Two. Yes. Okay. Cool. I can. If you hold on a second, let me just. Where's paste? All right. In case anybody wants to come up while I'm doing this, instead of, feel free to join. Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys. Let me just. There we go.
What's happening, man?
How are you, man?
Good.
Okay, there we go.
And Monkey,
What's up?
How's it going, guys?
Good. Joyous day, man. Congratulations. This is
Thank
awesome.
you. I'm super stoked. We've been together 11 years. It's about time.
It is. It's the perfect time.
That's what I'm guessing too, you know?
It wasn't meant to happen until right now.
That's right. I agree. I agree for sure. How are you guys both doing?
Good. I've got a couple of ideas. You know, I'm not saying that this isn't going to work, but just it's always good to have backup ideas.
Of course.
And so right now you're working with silver.
This one here I melted last night, and
you're
that's 999 silver.
You're doing silver to practice right now, right?
Just for this next pour, and if I complete a pour like a solid ring, then I'll switch over to the gold and silver. I'll have about 18 karat if I mix a little silver in there, I think.
Okay, right on. Yeah, I was just because I'm trying to think, you know, you probably have more silver than gold. And I know that sprue was probably pretty big on the silver. I have ideas. If you have a much smaller amount of gold to work with, it might be better to do a different type of pour. Basically where you keep the whole thing flat, and you do it from the side instead of from the top spout.
Okay.
But just an idea. I'm not saying change up your plans right now, but
sure.
Just make sure that you have it kind of up as high as you can to make sure the screw isn't too big.
When I did it last night, it was right about. See if you can see that. It was the top of the ring was right about here.
Okay.
And so when it came down, when I first poured the first, let's call it 3/4 of that silver that came out, it went right in and disappeared, and there was no screw at all.
Right.
And then I realized, oh crap, half the silver's still in there. So I reheated it again and then poured it in, and I obviously that was my mistake. But
no, I understand the worry.
Faster.
I understand the worry about making the vent hole small because you don't want it to just pour in one side and out the other.
Yeah, exactly, especially with the gold, So
right, but no, it's like you saw, it's going to cool really fast, so that's not a concern. You can make your vents really big.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. Someone was telling me I could use like the paintbrush end even, and
that
just
looks
right
perfect.
Through it. Now, as far as like when I come off where the ring is over to it, should it be the same thickness all the way through, or should I be using smaller vents to that hole?
No, it can just come straight out the same size.
Okay.
The whole vent hole should be the same diameter.
Okay. Gotcha. Hey, Bullion Stacker, $1 Million Meg, and Tom Moore, Andrew's Northwest Coins. Hey, guys, thanks for stopping by. Hey, Copper Owl, how are you doing, man?
Not too bad. Just head down on some pennies.
Nice.
I'm in the middle of a good box. I got 33 weeks through 30 rolls.
Ooh, that is a good box.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Second best.
This was my first attempt at a wedding ring last night in silver.
You almost made it.
It's cool though.
I feel bad because I was over on Dreads and I was having issues talking. But I clearly can. I'm being heard by you guys right now. But
I can hear you. Yep.
Yeah, I'm like you. I'm like you, Gray. I want he came up. I seen it come live, and I was like, "Oh, please tell me he's actually live." I was like, "Oh yes, let's go. We'll go watch this."
I haven't been on for a while.
Dude, I haven't seen you.
I know.
It's been a long while since I was on. But it's last night's thing I didn't bother putting live. I was too nervous. I just said I'm just gonna do it, and see how it goes.
You need to go live. There needs to be somebody to call the fire department in case of
I can't believe I'm doing this at 2 a.m. to be honest, but
I can.
I haven't been up late in a while. But it's I don't know, I'm really enjoying it. It's just a matter of getting used to. I kind of wish I had done this about 2 months ago, and not been feeling the pressure so much, but it's going to happen tomorrow whether I have gold or not in there, but I'm going to do my best to make sure she's wearing gold tomorrow.
Hey, life happens.
Where did I put my Hold on, let me just find my ring that I need to make the thing. That won't work without that.
So is tomorrow the big day?
Yeah, tomorrow we're getting married.
Oh, yeah, man, you need to get on that. We need to do this tonight, right now.
That's what I'm saying.
We're getting this. I'm not leaving till it's done.
I ain't staying up, but I ain't leaving.
Somebody else beep in.
There it is.
I'll leave it running, but I ain't leaving. I ain't staying up.
So to kind of give.
Here's the thing: we're not getting married till 3. I got to be there by 1. But if I can get 1 poured tonight by doing the holes different, I'll know how I can do it tomorrow to make it work. So I think if that's the case, I'll probably do the 1, get it at least poured, maybe crash for a few hours, get up early, and then just blast out the 2 gold ones. But we'll see. If I get excited that it went through, I may decide to do the gold ones too. Hard saying.
He's going to get to the ceremony. He's going to say, "Do you have the rings?" She's going to be like, "Ow, that's hot."
Right.
I got this. What I did is I ordered the size rings that we needed, and I just got them in stainless steel, just regular bands. But I figured it that way they're the exact right size.
Right.
Right.
You know, which side am I doing here?
To let some of the people understand what's going on, Jeremy and his wife, his soon-to-be wife Megan, she's we help contribute to his pouring of these gold rings. A lot of people help donate towards this.
Oh yeah, definitely. I had quite a few people, whether it was sending a few. I've had people send pay dirt bags. I've had sent, a few people have sent grams of gold.
Really?
I've had people from all different countries send me a few specs here and there. So,
I didn't know that.
oh yeah, basically,
when I first heard him say that he was going to pour rings, I had 5 nuggets that I was like, I'm going to give 2 to you guys, 1 for each, for each of the rings, because and so.
Cool.
And then T had ended up winning one of my little grammars, so I know there's at least 1 gram there from T.
Too cool.
Yes, yeah, because it was through UNT, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I sent it to you. He had won it.
Yeah. Right. You know what I just thought of? I totally did wrong here. I was sitting here talking, and what I did is I packed hard both sides of the stuff and forgot I'm supposed to pack it around the ring.
You're nervous. It's okay.
So I just got to pop this side out and then repack it in here. No big deal, but
Slow down, breathe.
yeah, I know, man. I'm nervous. I think that's about right. What do you think about where that location is? And then I'll just put the sprue. It'll only be about a 1/2 inch sprue between where I pour it in and the ring.
Yeah, you got plenty of silver, so.
And what I'll do is I'll pop this out because that was silly of me. And then because I got to start right over on that one.
They do, Anna.
What's that?
Anna asked if tigers dance.
If they
I'm a
dance,
dancing tiger when I got my snap camera on.
oh,
So now she mentions it all the time.
Hey, let me go and I'll be back.
okay. You're welcome. We're just hanging out. Sorry if I'm not paying attention to chat.
I got a text from Dread because I was on his stream and I seen you as I was restarting my phone. So
I'll be here a while. Man. I'm going to be busy doing my thing
back.
for sure. And
love you guys.
That's very cool. Walrus Ivory rings are awesome, Andrew. That's awesome.
Yo, Andrew, what's happening, man?
I got really super fine. That whatever that clay's called. It's like I forget how many mesh it is, but it's ridiculous how small it is. So I'm hoping that helps with it too.
Should.
Oh, you're talking about the sand?
Yeah, the clay or whatever. I got it you could get it different mesh sizes, and I got it the highest mesh I could just because I figured I know when I try to find gold that's that small, it's hard to, you can't even hardly see it. So I figured if the sand particles aren't really even noticeable, then it'll make a shinier. I mean, that's with no sanding, no nothing. When I poured that came out of that just that shiny.
Yeah, it'll help. I mean, no matter what, you're always going to be trying to go at it to get a little buff out of it, polish it up nice and shiny. But yeah, the finer mesh, the less buffing you'll have to do. Yeah, once you get that burned in, you only have to scrape away the blackened sand, and you can use the rest.
Yeah. That's what I did on the other one there. But I forgot is I was talking to you guys and I wasn't even thinking. So I'm over here pounding them down, and I realized, wait, you got to pack it. You got to pack it around the ring first, dummy.
Well, yeah, that's why I was saying. I mean, I think it's going to work out okay as long as when you put them together.
Yeah.
With the ring in there.
Yeah.
Make sure you get it packed really well. Pack it from both sides. Just really compress it on that ring.
Right.
And then pull it out. You already got the right steps. Make sure you get plenty of powder in there before you put the ring in.
Yeah, and I was really lucky. I just used Gold Bond.
Yeah, totally.
And it worked great, man. My ring came out. I hardly had to even try last night to get it. So I'm hoping it works. We'll see. It's all about, I think, the air holes and pouring it a little faster.
Yep.
I don't think I poured it nearly fast enough.
Good to see you, Brad B.
Who's on? Oh, hey, Brad. How's it going? Yeah, a little more there.
Only a hummingbird I made. Nice.
Sorry if I'm missing stuff in chat. I'm just kind of.
Oh no, you're all good. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll let you know what's happening.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
So don't worry, I'm not paying attention.
Scream if you find anything good.
He's just here for his good looks, people.
Right there. And the glasses.
You know that.
That's the eye candy.
Yeah. Probably losing subscribers by the moment of looking at Tom.
Actually, speaking of pores, I'll give you some eye candy.
There we go. That'll be better.
Oh wow, no shit. That's
Holy
really
crow.
nice. That's really nice. Look at that.
Got one of those for me, right? Holy moly.
That's crazy awesome detail.
Gold Spartan, he's a pro.
Very cool.
Wow, man. That is crazy. Now, is that like more than one part put together or all one pour?
That's one pour.
Wow. And are you using electric or are you using propane or?
This is not me. This is the Gold Spartan.
Oh, okay.
The Gold Spartan.
Gotcha.
I agree, Tom Moore. It's an amazing piece.
That's awesome.
Let's see, another. Oh, yeah. Another one done by Gold Spartan.
Nice.
The Punisher.
Mm-hmm. Dang, he just gets some good work.
Chunky piece.
That's awesome.
I've never
And this is
poured
actually
anything outside
the
college.
prototype. It's got the P punch mark
Mm-hmm.
for a prototype.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
And that's why it's got the cracking on the top of the skull.
Mm-hmm.
The original was supposed to be smooth. So this was his first go at it. And this is what happens on your first go, you know? These things happen. Do not flip out just because your first one, wasn't perfect.
Oh, yeah.
It happens. You learn from it.
It's all part of a learning experience, that's for sure.
I kind of like it with the crack in there.
I do too. I think it looks like bullet holes, like
Yeah.
the one is
Yeah, it
actually
really does, actually.
through it. You can see
Like
to the
been
other
through
side.
something, yeah.
But that's what I love about like when you're able to get a first pour with like a 1 on it. They're not perfect, and that even like helps to show like this was their beginning stages. This
Right.
was along their journey, and they're all very important and significant.
Yep. A little more
Most
unique.
people keep their first pour. To even be able to get a first pour of someone is pretty special. I got SHTF's first pour.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love
If I
collecting.
ever pour
food.
anything, I'll hold something for you.
Nice. And I'll treasure it.
That's how I feel too, man. That's how I feel about it too. All right, so this is what
I saw a movie with a bunch of really short guys, some elves and stuff. Isn't this how this started?
yeah.
All right. So did you take the ring and pack it all the way in there?
Yeah, what I did is I put it
Then-
I put it halfway.
Oh, okay.
I put it halfway in, and here's the other side.
You put the other side. Okay. I wasn't sure if you pushed it all into one side. Nice.
So that's
Looks
one
good.
half, and then this
That
is the
looks
other half.
clean.
Oops, I'm going backwards.
Nice. Very nice.
Yesterday I used a clamp too, and I think I was a little overkill on that and made it a little harder to hold together. I think I'm just going to try a little bungee cord today and see how that works. Hopefully that works all right.
It should.
And so, yeah, now I just need to make a hole. And you were saying make one hole at the bottom. About how far away from the ring do you think?
You can put it just right up next to, the base.
Okay.
I would say that you could put it directly through the base and punch
Yeah.
right through, but then it might take a lot more shaping, as far as getting the extra material out of that area. So yeah, you're better off just putting it, again, just directly opposite the vent hole. So right down at the bottom and just right next to, the outer portion of the ring.
So you're maybe like a half inch away, maybe less, or
No, I mean right up next
Right
to
next
the
to it.
bottom of the ring.
and just go straight through the bottom, right through, right?
Yep,
Okay. And now I only do that on one side, right?
correct.
Okay. I think actually that one, I might do this one. And I'm going to do, so about 1/8 of an inch away from the bottom of the ring. What do you think?
Sure. Yeah, that works.
I just don't want to
Yeah,
cave in the ring.
that's
I
a
don't
good
want to cave
idea.
in the
And
ring
then,
is all I'm thinking.
and then you can always, scrape away the clay
Oh, shit.
between the ring and the vent. Yeah, that's a good idea. So you're not really messing.
Yeah, see, I
with
kind
the-
of just did.
too much.
I went too close, I think.
Whoops.
That's okay. It as long as what you have left still includes the full design. You can
Yeah, because I can always grind off the extra.
exactly. You can shave it off into the shape that
Yeah.
it's supposed to
You
be.
don't think I should try to? You don't think I should try to pack more stuff in there and reset the ring? You think that's okay?
No, I think that's okay. Let me see it again, if you
Yep.
would. And hold it up close. You just want to make sure.
Like when I went to push down on it, it like just caved in the side.
Right. That's okay. I would just maybe try to tamp down, any areas that the clay kind of got pulled away from. Like just try to smooth it out. So
Okay.
the thing that you want to prevent is any little pieces of sand, coming
Yeah.
off when the silver is
Inside that
pouring
little
in.
where the ring goes, you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And by all means you could put the ring back in there and try to pack more sand around it and get the cutout just how you want it. That's a great thing about this stage. You can start over,
Well, and this one's more like I said, practice. I don't mind if it's got a little blemish on this one because this one I'm going to end up giving to my mother, but I don't have to give it to her till Christmas, so it's got some time.
Right.
The one that's really important is when I mix the gold.
The gold, yeah.
All right, so I need to get that hole all the way through. Maybe if I start it with this.
Yeah, if you can lift up that so that the clay can be, pushed out the other side. Because right now you're just pushing it up against your tray or whatever you're on.
Yeah,
There you go.
definitely.
You're good.
I got a buddy that's got one of the St. Gaudens gold from the 30s that I can talk to him and see if he can get it to you overnight.
Oh, yeah?
I don't think you're going to like the price tag on it.
Yeah, I just pushed out the whole backside of this thing.
The backside is fine.
Oh, actually,
okay.
that won't matter, will it?
It won't.
So
Nope.
Should I try to, so I don't have to worry about repacking that?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
That's true.
And really, you're not going to see that much come out of it.
Okay. Sorry for any new people. I'm not paying attention to the chat. If there's anybody else in there.
He got other things on his mind.
Yep. Usually, whatever you use for a vent, even after you poke the hole through,
yep.
And that happens. That's always going to happen. You're not going to ever see like a perfect tube come out.
Right.
Unless maybe like you used a straw. That
Yeah.
can be really good for cutting a perfect hole.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
But you always want to make sure that you come back and look at it after to make sure that there's no little pieces of clay hanging around it. You just do the same thing. You just take something and pat it down, so that it's not going to get mixed in with the silver. You're just trying to keep your silver as pure as possible.
Well, last night, another thing I did, and I think, again, it hindered the amount. I've seen people pour rings and they had the little spikes coming out, where the air vents were.
Yeah.
This didn't try to air vent anywhere. And I'm thinking part of my problem, I was so nervous about making the hole too big. I put like a bunch of small holes, but then I used this little blow dart thing, but it's super sharp. And I used just the tip of that thing to barely drag across the clay. I mean, I don't know if I could have blown air through it, to be honest. So I don't think I did it enough. So with this, I'm not even having to put a line. It's just going to hit the bottom of the ring and start to come out the other side. And God knows there's enough sprue here that even if it came out the other side, it's still going to fill the ring.
Right.
Theoretically.
Exactly. Yeah.
Theoretically. So this literally is pretty much ready to pour. I just have to, I'll show you my two sides. So I have this there, and that's where the vent is. Now this side did blow out like crazy. But
which is fine.
Think it'll be all right.
There's definitely nothing in that hole.
In the air hole? Nope, I can see perfectly through it. Let me see if I can get a good view on it for you.
No, it's okay. I trust you.
Yep,
yeah,
I can see it.
I can see right through on it. And then this one does not have any of that. Oops.
Nice.
But it's really good.
Yep.
So now at this point, I can put this together and then put my bungee around it, hopefully. And then what I'll do is I'll turn on my furnace. That furnace literally takes like 3 minutes to get to like 2,000 degrees. I couldn't believe it.
You're not done yet. You need to cut out your
sprue
crevice. Yeah.
Do what?
Your sprue.
Yeah.
Your pour.
You're right. That would have really sucked if I would have just poured a big sprue. Now, there was another thing as far as size wise. Basically, what I did is I took this and just cut out a V, pulled it down, and then patted it down so it was wide open to the top of the ring.
And that's what you want. You want to be able to quickly and carefully get it out of your furnace and over, and be able to pour without having to worry too much about right where it lands. You want it to be a pretty. That isn't your focus. You need to get to it and pour it. Don't dump it in there. Make it a nice, smooth pour, but just make sure that all of your processes leading up to that pour are not interrupted. You want to get straight from the furnace over to the pour.
Get it right to it and then pour it. I spent so much time looking in to make sure. I hadn't tilted metal before, and it was blobbing. So I was like, oh boy, what do I do here? And so I didn't want it to splash, so I was careful. And when I was careful, as it was ending, I could see that it was hardening at the tip. And I'm like, damn, I know I waited too long. Oops. He's back here. Hold on just a second. Let's add him. Hi, Scoop. How's it going? I'm making some rings finally. We're getting married tomorrow. I'm a little bit of a procrastinator. Hey, Scoop, how's it going? Good
I
to see you.
got you a dreadful
How's
ring.
it going?
Nice. Awesome.
Richard Metcalf. Hello.
Oh, did I miss Marley and T?
So yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna go
T
ahead and
came
do
in.
that.
What's up, Hector? The guy above me, T. That guy that's studiously working on his his practice ring.
Pouring the rings of silver to prepare for the rings of gold.
All right, so that I feel like is going to be pretty good. Let me just clear that off a little. I'll show you.
And just like the other vent holes, be sure and kind of tamp down around it.
You get done pouring that, I want to see the inside ring of that and see if it says anything in Elvish, like one ring to rule them all.
Right.
I know a little guy that can help if that's what you end up doing.
No doubt, T, it gets all your focus, right? You're like, I'm getting this shit done.
Oh yeah. You start calling something precious, I'm gonna reach through the screen and slap you a little.
So I think that's going to be okay for a sprue on that one.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
I'm thinking anyway. Actually, there's a little piece.
I would have tried to, make the lead up to where it touches it not quite so wide.
Okay.
I mean, you'll be all right. Again, this is a test.
Yeah.
Just imagine that
maybe on this side I don't make it so big, because then when it pours in, it this block part of it.
It'll help. Yeah, since the other side's so big, you can make this one smaller.
Okay.
Yeah. So practice just, making it a small sliver, basically as much as is on the other side. The portion that's touching the ring is just maybe a quarter, quarter of an inch or eighth of an inch.
Okay. Hey, Dreadpool. How's it going, guys?
What up, Dread?
Thanks for coming by. Weddings tomorrow. It starts at 3 Eastern Standard Time. Guys, if anybody wants to come by, I'm going to be doing it live at the church. And, I obviously won't be there to chat, but the camera will be set up so you guys can see what we're doing.
Awesome.
We can put our congratulations in chat for you. That way, when you do get to see the chat,
then that way we can read it later.
We'll be throwing rice and everything.
It's like it's our way of putting our names in the guest list book.
Yes, that's exactly it. You're right.
Just watch him get copyright strikes for whatever music they play.
Oh, I know. You know what? The reception, when I do the reception, that's all going to be, real people music. So
just make sure you hit end before the honeymoon, okay?
Yeah. I'm thinking even if it copyright strikes me, it's not like I'm not making any money, so I'm not too worried.
You're just kind of like, bring it on.
This is more for me to be able to go back and watch our own wedding later. And instead of hiring somebody to go in there and do it, I decided, and we have a couple of people taking pictures, but I thought, why not just and I wanted people like you guys or whoever wanted to be part of our wedding but couldn't get here. They're still part of it. They can still be there just by turning on YouTube and watching it happen.
We did the same thing with my son's Eagle Scout Court of Honor. When we recognized him, because it was actually during kind of the midst of the 2-year COVID period. And we were just figuring, it can't be that everybody that we want to be there can be there. So we set that up and it was originally designed to just broadcast, but now it's out there. I can go back and watch it anytime.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with it too.
Yep.
I think that's going to go all right like that. It's a little small. It's hard to tell, but it's a lot smaller than the other one if you look close.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we'll give it a try. We'll see what happens. Obviously, I'll try to be a little cleaner on the next one. But so I've got an open air hole, beautifully open. I got a screw that matches on both sides. I mean, this one's a little wider than the other one, but I think that'll be okay. If I have to grind a little, no big deal. So yeah, I'm ready to close it up, right? Unless I'm forgetting something.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
I was on mute. Yeah.
What's up, Who's a Stacker?
Hoosier, my twin.
Hey, who's your stacker? How's it going, man?
Who's your daddy?
All right, where'd my bungee cord go? There we go.
Like I said earlier, I was stoked when you went live. I was like, oh, yes, I want to be a part of this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping I'm not. Last night I saw mine and I was just kind of like, oh boy. Well, I'll learn more about it tomorrow.
I saw that and I was like, he's like got a guest spot on Will's channel. What's going on?
Right?
There we go.
Have you talked to Nigel lately?
Dude, I have not talked to Nigel at all. I genuinely am worried about the guy. I
am too, because I know he's a workaholic.
Not like him. For 3 years, this guy has been in contact with me every week, and he hasn't answered a text since he had COVID. Not a video, nothing. I even went to his website, left a message on this website saying, hey, it says, "What's your problem?" And basically, I was like, "Listen, I'm worried about my buddy, the CEO, owner, blah blah blah." Da, da, da. I'm like, just let me know he's okay, and I'm good.
Yeah,
no one's ever answered.
We need, right? We haven't heard nothing.
No, I hope he's okay, but I know he was trying to move east, but I don't know. There's no way he lost my number. I mean, he had me on Messenger and everything else too.
Right.
So I don't think that's the case. Let me get rid of some of this clay, and then I'm gonna put.
He's asking you a question, the Great Scott.
Dreadpool and T. I got my Libertad from your celebration. Thank you so much. I absolutely freaking love it. Thank you.
Let's see here. I'm gonna get us some kind of scoop here. Hold on.
And the sticker. Got the sticker. The altered sticker. I love it. Yes, Andrew. Oh my gosh, did I get it? Dude, that was awesome. So many freaking coins in there.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't expect anything
that
like
feeling.
that. That was awesome. Thank you.
You still searching, Brown?
What's that?
You still searching?
Yeah, I got about 10 more rolls to go.
Okay.
All right.
I wasn't going to stay up and do them, but when I saw this on, I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Might as well. Might as well.
I mean, if he can knock himself out before getting married, I can hunt a few rolls.
So this is this, just for you guys that haven't seen it yet, this is this little, hold on, let me pop this thing up. This is the
hot pots.
The furnace I got, right? Where's it at? Right there.
Row.
And it's pretty cool. Came with 4 or 5 different sizes of these. I got like a complete set. I sold my gold dredge and bought this thing and a few other things to make rings. Oops.
Oh.
I think I missed one.
I didn't know they made different inserts for them.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great idea. You don't need a big one for small amounts.
I've got everything from this size to this size. And then it came with all of, hold on. Each one of these is the different size one of, so it fits it all in. Each one has its own. It comes with all of it. So that way you can
Nice.
have gold in one, silver in one, copper. You're not mixing your metals if you don't need to, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
keeping them pure.
So I just got to plug this thing
Nice
in,
little
turn it up
pickup.
to, what's the melting temperature of, oh yeah, it was a 19, I put it up to 1950 last night to melt it. So I just got to put my silver in there.
Wow.
Boom. And literally, I'm just going to see if I can do this so you guys can maybe see the numbers even.
No, don't base it on us, brother. Base it on you and your movements, what you
All right.
need to be able
Well,
to move around.
It's going to take about 4 or 5 minutes to get up to temperature and start melting it. But I think I'll just go ahead and turn it on, get it started.
Yeah, just plan
Hopefully it
out your
doesn't-
movements of, like actually walk yourself through it. Like, I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to have to lift it up, come over,
It
and
came with a
forward.
couple of different clamps. Like, it came with this one, which
Right.
actually works really good for this in particular because it's small.
Yeah.
So I just make sure that the pouring tip on there is in the direction that I'm looking for.
Exactly. Aim it
And
out.
then I put it right in there. It's super tight. It doesn't move at all. So I have really good control when it comes time to do it.
Okay.
It works out really well. I just had to do it a little faster, and I know my air hole was wrong. So, all right, let me plug this thing in. I'm going to turn it on and get it started.
Did you call me an air hole?
All right.
Yeah. Scoop says, "Don't burn yourself. Most important.
I
We
will
don't
do
need
my
you
very
going to
best.
We don't need the wedding ceremony in his hospital."
No, that's about the only thing that would bother her more than not having a ring is if I burnt myself pretty bad.
I would
Right.
have your vent hole aimed away from the unit.
Okay.
So your vent hole aimed towards us, and make sure you have plenty of that tray, where it might come out. Just plan that it might come out.
Yep, I'm going to actually flip. I'm going to pour it over here, closer to me, and the vent hole's aiming back. It's got about 10 inches of tray.
Nice.
So
There you
should
go.
be good.
Give it as much as you have.
This thing's literally going to go up 30 up past 200 already.
That's amazing.
It's crazy. Let's see. Can you guys see this at all? The machine or anything? Let me see.
Yeah, we can see
Yeah,
it.
we
all
see
right
it.
Okay, you can see all that. And there's you can see. Oh yeah. Okay, perfect. So you're going to be able to see the pour. All right. I have to run outside real quick. I'll be back in like 1 minute.
All right. Grab gloves if you have them.
Do what?
Grab gloves if you have them.
Oh yeah, I got them right here.
Nice.
I got all prepared.
Cool.
I got everything all laid out. I laid everything out ahead of time before I started.
Got shoes on?
He's barefoot. You know that. You know it.
Oh my gosh. This is getting interesting since we have a moment. Through 40 rolls, I had 45. My record is 53.
Wow.
Nice. Can we break
Nothing
that?
older than 41, but
Hey, the last 10 rolls could be good luck.
oh my gosh. And these are such goofy rolls because it's not like I find one per roll after roll. It's like nothing, 5, nothing, 4, nothing, 2, nothing, 5.
Oh, so wow. Yeah, really sporadic.
Yeah. I think I had 3 or 4 enders in the box too, so that was kind of a good sign.
Bye, Anna.
Right.
Take care. Congratulations on all your wins tonight. I know tonight was a super special night for you.
Right. Have a good night, Anna.
I think I've got a couple things I need to send your way, Great Scott.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I've just gotten to where I almost stop trying to pick things out and just put what I have on a wheel and spin it. Let it decide what I'm sending out.
Yeah. It does get tiring, racking your mind so much, like trying to make everything personalized. It feels good, but there's
I try to keep
only
everything real meticulous records of everything, so I can go back and say, "Oh yeah, I've given somebody like the 5-week penny thing that I'll do from time to time." But it can be a little tedious once I get repeat winners.
Congrats on your the 2 pennies that you accumulated recently. Whole fillers.
Yeah. Got
let's see.
Had a real nice one. I think it was from Son of Silverseeker. Or Searcher, what SSS. He's on with Tiny. And, did an auction with them a couple weeks ago and ended up pulling that 2019 W reverse proof. That's pretty darn cool.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Scoop, that one didn't fill. No, nobody won the gold last night.
Safety first, definitely Hoosier Stacker. See, it's already up to 1,600 degrees. This thing is fast.
Ooh.
Yeah. It says it'll get up to 2,300 in 3.5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You running propane on that?
No, it's just electric.
Electric. Wow.
Yeah. It has like a little fan on it and just keeps the down thing cool. And we're up to 1657. It climbs like every half a second. It goes up.
Meters doing this.
I think I keep hitting the.
I was like, wow, I got kicked.
I think every time I pick up my computer from this side, it does that.
Do be careful as far as pulling your temperature up too high. You don't want to get it boiling. That's when it's dangerous. It can splat,
Okay.
It's only capable of going up so high because copper melts at a much higher temperature.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
It's okay,
It
go a
said
little bit above.
1756 or 1753 for 999, and I was at about 1800 for a while, and it wasn't doing a whole lot. And then as soon as I got it up to, I put it up to 1900, it immediately went right to liquid within a couple of minutes. So I basically just kept watching it, and as soon as it started to, maybe it was boiling, but as soon as I saw it start to move around and I could liquefy it, move it, then I thought, okay, and I just pulled it out and poured. I just took too long to do it, I think. See,
so does that have like a thermostat setting on it where you can just program in the number you want?
Yep. I set it at 1950. Like I could even go to 1900. It should melt. It should melt by 1900 easily. So I'll put it to like, let's say 1900. And it literally will go until 1900 and stop. Well, within a few degrees. It's probably within about 10 degrees.
That's cool.
I'm still learning. This is only the second time I've turned it on. So
about how much did you put in there?
How much silver?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually weigh it this time. I think if I had to guess right now, there's probably about 3/4 of an ounce in there.
Okay.
Something like that.
That looks like about what it was.
It's a small ring. I mean, it's a size 6 ring, pretty thin. So, and I think that screw is big enough to, if I can get the screw to go down in the ring, I'll be doing all right.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No, I think
a couple Carson City Morgans in there.
What's that?
A couple Carson City Morgans in there,
Oh, yeah. I don't know about that. If I find a Carson City Morgan, it's going on a wall somewhere.
That's what I like to hear.
Mine's
if you get something with the queen on it, you can put it in. She's done.
17.
Yeah, it's already, the crucible's already red hot, but it takes a couple of minutes to kind of get that to go.
Even that heat out, yeah.
Good night, Harley Babe. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Sorry, I'm not paying as much attention to chat as I normally would.
Got rings to make.
Very kind, Harley Babe. Their match made in
hours till I
heaven.
get married.
It is going to be a blessed marriage.
How many days do you have where you get married and you get to pour the rings?
Good night,
Yeah,
Harley.
within the same 24-hour period. Yeah, no joke. I mean, it wasn't total procrastination. I was waiting for gold. I was waiting for the machine. And then we had the kids a lot extra. So it was kind of like, instead of me having a normal Sunday where I'd have that time off without them, we had kids. And so it was like, I didn't want to be doing it while there were kids running around and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Right.
what's nice about this is you can do it right inside. There's no fumes or anything. It's once you do the initial burn off, that's it. Last night it smoked for a few minutes, but I think that was just because I changed the top piece. But
Yeah, you definitely want to do that burn off, get any moisture out.
yeah. Well, and I have a fan blowing too, like outdoor. I have the door open right now, wide open over here, and I have the fan blowing out, which probably didn't help with the cooling factor yesterday either, because it's 30 degrees here. So it probably cooled down the outside of that container really fast.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So when I go to pour, I'll shut the door just long enough to do the pour and then reopen it again just to get rid of any smoke.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's been a while since me and you last talked. So I'm currently living in the van.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you get rid of that old car?
It's still currently sitting not far from where it had this accident.
Oh, okay.
I need to contact Homeboy so that I could take the catalytic converter out. Since I don't know what they don't care if it sits there, and he knows the guy, he works for the guy, so it's junked out.
Yeah.
I just want the precious metals, that money to make that could help me out in a lot of ways.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Still looking solid.
Yeah, it's still pretty solid. It's sitting at 1923 for temperature. The crucible's red hot. It's just, and you can see it starting to like bend down on the thin parts, but that sprue's probably going to take another couple of minutes.
Yeah, when it's one solid piece, it can take a while to get down to the core.
Yeah, and once it hits once it gets there, though, it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like
Once you
said, I'm
get
like,
a
this is
little bit of
taking
liquid
forever.
in there, yeah, it catches.
And I got to be patient. I usually will open the damn thing every 2 minutes checking on it. I just need to keep it shut for 5, and then I won't have to worry about it.
A little tip. You might throw in just like a couple of pieces of shot.
Yeah.
Not now, but, with every melt. That way the shot melts first. You get that liquid that transfers the heat quicker to the main piece.
That makes sense. Yep, that makes sense. That's what I used last night was basically I used
shot, yeah.
Which is all just, it's 999 shot. I think it's actually 4 9s, but
doesn't really matter. It's silver.
Oh, awesome. Harley Babies got married recently in September.
Oh, congratulations.
Nice. Congrats, Harley Babe.
It's gotta be the time of year.
Right.
Man, I'm like giddy. Because this whole point, it takes you however many minutes, however an hour to get all this done. And then the pouring part, 1 second.
Most important 1 second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And by all means,
the opening on this is pretty big, so it should kind of go pretty quickly. I think.
Good.
If anything, I'll end up with a whole bunch of extra, but I'm okay with a little extra grinding it off. I just want to see a circle. If I see a circle, then I know I can perfect my sand mold a little better and do it in gold. And then I bought a grinder. It's like a grinder buffing wheel, but it has 2 sides, and then it has a Dremel piece that hooks to it so that you can get the inside and buff it out too.
Awesome. Perfect.
But what's funny is the interior of the ring yesterday, even though it wasn't finished, the interior of the ring was, she put it on her finger. It fit perfectly. She said it was smooth. So it's coming out like shiny and smooth. So I'm pretty psyched, man. Like I said, if she goes with gold on her finger tomorrow, I'll be happy. It doesn't matter if it's in perfect shape by then.
When it comes time to actually do the pouring, forget about us. Don't direct or anything. Just stay focused on that.
Yep.
It looks like it's the time.
We want a masterful skill, board skill.
Here we go, guys.
Smooth pour all the way. Looks like some may have come out the bottom.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought I saw something.
Yeah, but
it's a good thing. You've still got some sitting in the top, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're good. It's solid.
Did it come out the? Oh yeah, so it did come out the bottom.
Okay.
Hopefully, it filled up the sides. I still see some up top.
How long is the trail that it came out?
Hold on. See if I can.
You don't have to show us. No. You don't have to show us. Just tell us.
It's probably about a 1/4 gram of silver, and it's all in beads. They came out and just like went and froze on the metal.
Cool. Be really careful about it, but you might want to get something else underneath that. It could be burning your table right now. There's so much heat,
Yeah, it could transfer pretty easy.
I mean, it'll cool down fairly quickly, but that is molten metal.
Yeah, it's probably still 1,300 degrees right now.
Right. All right. Well,
cool. That looked good. It looks
I'm gonna
smooth.
see what happens, right?
Did it all come out?
Good pour.
We're gonna find out in a second.
I mean, did it all come out of the container when you poured it?
Yeah, just a tiny little bit at the last little second, but not much at all.
Nice.
Cool. I'm just gonna turn this down so it's not trying to heat up the whole time I'm looking at this. Let's see what happens here.
Yep.
So it can start its cool down process or whatever. I can always raise it right back up if I need to, but.
On the 24th, my anniversary, 8 years married, 14 years together. Awesome.
Nice.
Congratulations, Andrew.
Congratulations.
24th anniversary.
All right. That can
on the 24th, he's anniversary of 8 years. Yep.
That's right. Sorry.
Okay.
You're not that old.
Let's see.
I suddenly feel very ancient. We're about halfway back to another anniversary.
Hey, I see a circle.
Woo! Yeah.
Can you guys see that?
You're there.
Hold on, let me blow it up.
Oh yeah.
Freak yeah.
Better than the first one. Let me see here. Let's pop it out. Where's my there they are.
And you got a quenching?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it right in the sink here in about 2 sequences.
Right on.
I'm on your heels, Hoosier. I'm at 26.
Looks good. Oh no. Don't be fooled. It looks pretty, it looks cool, but it is still sizzling hot.
Suddenly you hear from off camera, ow!
Right?
I was waiting for the hits.
Hold on.
It's like clean wrap to me.
It's solid anyway. It's solid.
Nice.
So now with a little grinding here, and a little buffing, I could make that be a first pour ring. It's going to my mom. It's my first pour, so I'm giving it to her.
Right.
So,
right.
But I think with a little perfection on the sand mold where I kind of broke that piece off, and so if I fix that piece when I do it, obviously you were completely right about the air hole, so I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I was really wondering how that was going to happen. And that air hole is still sitting there perfectly. If it weren't for the fact that I knocked off someone, I pulled out the ring, I could probably reuse it. Man.
Another thing to think about you know how I was talking about laying it on its side.
Yes.
You could do that method,
and then we pour at the same time.
I would actually suggest that. Well, there's that too.
Then I could just pour all my gold at once.
Right. You wouldn't have to worry about having not enough for the sprue.
Yeah.
But what you could do is make it to where both of the vent holes are on the same side so that it's not necessarily going to dump out.
Yeah.
You know, it'll just go to the other, you know, the other
kind of like an anthill hole.
So both of them would be pointing straight up essentially. And I think it's a really good idea that you try to find a straw so that you can make that really clean, you know, twist.
Almost like a coffee straw, like a coffee one, not as big as like a big one.
I would go for larger. I would go for at least a normal size straw. Maybe not a McDonald's milkshake straw, but just a normal straw. And again, make sure you twist it as you go in, and it won't break off as much. You'll make a nice clean hole when you're kind of drilling it as you're going in.
Yeah. Dude, I'm stoked.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like I said, you know, most people's pours that I've bought, that was their first pours, were little bricks, little circles, little squares, a little heart, a little. None of them have been a ring. You know what I mean? So to me, I feel kind of special right now.
That's freaking awesome.
I'm pretty excited. I'm proud of myself.
Dude, that's awesome.
I wish I could have done this a week ago so that I'd be polishing for the next few, but whatever. If I can make her one that's that shiny and I can do a little buffing tomorrow, she's not going to care if it's we can always remelt hers after tomorrow and redo it and make it really nice again. Who cares? You know what I mean? I just want gold on her finger when I marry her. You know? That's kind of the
congratulations, man.
That's kind of the goal anyway.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Man.
Hey, Irish Collector, what's going on, man?
Hey, Irish Collector.
Hey, Irish.
What's up, Irish?
I saw
Good morning.
Blame Scoop.
It's got to be morning where he's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I lose T? Did T leave before I poured that? She was laughing at my first pour.
Yeah.
I sent her a picture of Megan wearing the sprue like it was a diamond. And I said, but it fits. She's like, that's hilarious. That was like 2:30 in the morning last night. Megan's been like running around like a chicken with her head cut off the last, I don't even know how long now at this point. And I go to get a shirt. I order this. I'm kind of going with this like 1800s outfit. It's like it's a vest that's called the Klondike. It's just a cut from back in the mid 1800s, late 1800s. And then I got a tie that kind of went with it. And then my shirt I got from the same company. I put it on. It fits perfect to my cuffs. I get it all the way buttoned up, no problem. Go to do the last button. It wasn't just a little short, man. I'm talking 4 inches. It was way out here. I couldn't even come close to getting it close together.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, no. So last night I call up a company down south that like makes big and tall stuff. I'm like, I need a 22-inch neck. I'm like, but I have like a 3X body. I don't need like a 6X. I need like a 3X body with a 22-inch neck. Oh, no problem. $90. Run down there, grab a shirt, come back. Go to put it on last night just to final night check it. I'm like, oh, it fits so great. And then I go to do the rest. I could wrap it around me. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. So Megan's gonna take it, fold it in half and back, it up, give it a down the middle with the sewing machine, and then my vest will cover it anyway. But man, I'm telling you, everything I touched on the way to the wedding this last week has just been just awful. It's been crazy.
This is the story.
It's kind of ridiculous, but hey, you know,
that's life saying, "Are you sure?"
It's what?
That's life saying, "Are you sure?"
You know, I'm definitely sure. That's the cool part. I'm not even nervous about that part. Honestly.
I know.
Totally
it's
psyched.
a long time coming for you.
It's just the getting ready for it. That's what's getting me. I'm gonna bring you guys out. have to have a cigar. I'm like,
I'm going to step outside and have a safety meeting. I'll be right back.
there you go. All right.
Kudos on the job, brother.
Yeah. I'm joining you on that one there.
I may join actually in a few minutes, but I'm still like all hyped up. Hi, Moose. Did you see that? Daddy poured a ring. This time it actually went all the way a circle. What do you think? He's like, it doesn't look like a dog bone. Nothing I'd be interested in, Daddy. No, I haven't seen Will much lately at all over there. Hey, Casey Sering, how's it going?
Yeah,
I'm going to be adding your stuff to the gold here shortly.
you missed me getting my fingernails painted.
Who's that?
Me. Had the daughter paint the fingernails 2 weeks ago on my 750 sub stream.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
It
funny.
was basically we had maybe at most like 105 likes on a stream before.
Yeah.
And so I threw the challenge out. If we got to 150, she could paint my fingernails, and then Ida Herring threw in 10-ounce silver bar if we made it to 150. We ended up getting to 231.
Casey Sering, I do still have the frog. Actually, I forgot all about it, and it was in my bottom drawer. I went to put in clean clothes the other day, and I'm like, this thing's still in here. We never got rid of it. We are going to plan on blowing it up. We just haven't done it yet. At this point, I just got to make it through tomorrow's wedding, and after that, we can blow up frogs.
Okay. I'm down for that.
I sent this frog to Casey as kind of a joke, not a joke, but it was this frog got sent to me years ago. And then I kept sending it to other people because the thing's ugly as all hell. And I'm like, I don't, it's staring at me. So I kept sending it away while I kept getting it back. So I send it to KC, and he sends it back. It takes me 4 packages because each package I open up says, wait till Christmas, wait till New Year's, wait till blah, blah, blah. And by the time I was done 4 packages in, it was the frog he sent back to me. He also did. I got some gold from MLZB, and it was a nice nugget. And Casey was like, no, you can't melt that nugget. He's like, you send that nugget to me, I'll send you fine gold, and for it. And so that's what he did. So I have his fine gold that's going to go into the gold tonight.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I'll probably go through that and do do a quick kind of mail call when I go back inside that just kind of shows the gold that I got to do. I got to slice it all open. Most of them are cards and little, not coins, but they're, and I just got to throw it into a vial so I can do a final weigh-in on what I have.
Good idea.
Yep. I don't know that I'll pour the gold rings tonight. It's hard saying. At this point, I think now that I've got that, I know I can make a circle. I'll just get up early and make 2 circles. But at least then I know the gold I have.
Make her some knuckles or something like that.
If I have enough gold to do that, boy, I'll tell you.
Yeah, you'd be very popular.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh my gosh, I may have just tied my record.
Did you really?
Maybe. I gotta get a count. I've only got like this and 2 more rolls to open, so we'll figure it out. This has been amazing.
That's awesome.
Now, the other box, when I got the 53 Wheaties in there,
yep,
I also had proofs. 35 proofs were in that box too. Wow. So that box is clearly the most amazing one. But so far as just raw count, this will top that one.
Are you stuck, Daryl? Are you stuck?
Hey, did you get the shirt from me?
Yes, I did. Absolutely. Cool. I love it, man.
It worked?
I love it. I was going to wear it tonight, actually, but then I'm like, no, I don't want to take any chances I get anything on it like hot metal. So I decided not to. I'm not quite an expert yet when it came to that. So
I guess Tasman wore it bowling. His one wore it bowling. And somebody was like looking at it and trying to figure it out, and he's like,
Yeah.
just sound it out. And they're like, okay, copper, bird, money. And I'm like, close.
That's when he's like, yep.
Yeah. But he kind of explained it out, and I was like, you know what? Mission accomplished.
Thank you, Tom Moore, if you're still there. Sorry, I missed your message there. You have a great night. Thank you for stopping by. And we're going to be live tomorrow. So if you see the Partridge Family Prospecting Live, feel free to pop in. It's going to be our wedding, just running kind of like this, except it'll just be a big screen of the wedding. And what's cool is we're having Pastor Bob there, Coin Guru Minister Guitars. He's from Rhode Island. He's coming up to marry us.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Good, dude.
Yeah, I like him. I definitely like him. So he's coming up tomorrow. We'll meet up and
he's a character. I give him that. He is. He's a character. Like Jeremy said, he's an ordained minister. And
sure.
But he's just a chill dude. He just speaks frankly. You know what I mean?
My guess is it'll be memorable.
Right? Dude, I got asked to be DJ for a wedding. I was like, heck yeah. One of the guys I work with, he's like, dude, I'm having a wedding, but I need someone to run. I don't trust anybody else to run the music. Would you do it? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll do it.
I have another friend of mine that's have you guys ever heard he's an Irish priest who sings hallelujah for a couple getting married, but he ad-libs their names in it. So and so's walking down the aisle, the blah blah blah, you know what I mean? Like he does this whole thing. So
what's up, JJ?
Hey, how's it going, John Jacobs? So it's at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, KC. You are more than welcome. So my buddy Josh, who was actually my boss at one point, he says, we were joking one night about doing it. And he's like, I'll do that for you. I'm like, you're going to sing the song? So he's like, yeah. So he goes out. He was out in Rhode Island or somewhere. And he was on his way back from vacation. He stopped by a guitar shop, bought himself a brand new guitar. And he's like, he's going to stand up in front of the whole crowd and sing that and ad-lib our names and stuff in. So it should be pretty cool. It should be a pretty good ceremony for sure. I think the angle I have to do it, you'll hear Pastor Bob. You may see him somewhat, but I'm going to have somebody recording from the other angle. So what I'll do is when I do a video later, I'll add it in.
There you go.
But again, it's more just for our own being able to go back and watch.
Yeah, not so far away.
Did you beat it?
54.
Nice.
Congrats.
With 2 rolls to go.
Ooh.
All right.
Might knock it out of the park.
I gotta grab a pair of scissors. So
Let them both be loaded with 5 each.
There you go.
After you said how the box was, you'd have a couple of zeros and
Yep.
then it'd be like 3 or 4 or 5. So yeah, get 5.
Oh my gosh. Okay. There's 1. There's 2. So we're at 56 at least.
Let's see. So from Party Pickle, let's see. From Party Pickle, and some people I haven't mentioned. I won't mention tonight because I did. I've done a bunch of mail calls for people so far, but the ones that I have here are just the ones that I haven't done any kind of mail call for. I've been waiting to do that, so I'm just kind of gonna go through so I'll do a shout out to the people later. But this is from Jonathan. From Party Pickle. And it's
Pickle.
I believe this is a 1 gram.
There we go.
Cool.
Pickle. Very nice. Yeah.
Gold maple.
So that's going in.
Nice.
Once I figure out how to open it and stuff. Yeah.
Just slice it. You're gonna cut. You're gonna just use a pair of scissors on the cardboard.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That right there.
Yep. Those are nice little premium. They're cool.
Yeah.
But
I got a few that were numbered. I ended up, just in case I didn't have enough gold, I bought myself 5 grams of gold to add to it, just to be sure. And
right.
That one, I can't remember what it was. It's all numbered and came with a COA and everything. I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's getting melted anyway.
Right.
Come on. Doesn't help. My eyes are just terrible, but
I'm just stoked that this community, came together and they contributed to this.
It was really nice to have good friends that helped. That's for sure.
A combined unity. That's powerful.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, so there's that first piece. I'll just set that
Hoosier has to go.
down in there.
Take it easy.
And I got
Yeah, we'll see you, Hoosier.
this one's from this one was from Monkey King. And I believe this was from UNT.
Nice.
I may have shoved actually his other one in there too. I think I did. I think I shoved because it should have been a card.
I said. Yeah, it was a carrot. So it was a cash card or something like that. It was just a
one of them's this one.
Oh
yeah, that was.
And then the other one is the Valcombi.
Nice. Dude, all really nice.
Couple of grams there. And what I should do is actually get a bowl or something to put these in, probably.
Throw them right in the crucible.
I know, right? Yeah, true, except it's red hot still.
Yep.
But I suppose
don't fall in love with them. Put them in.
It won't melt, right?
JJ.
Well, I got to melt. You know what I got to do, though? I got to weigh it, though. I got to weigh it.
You want to? Hey, you want to hear? You want to hear one bizarre for us coin geeks? Okay, so another channel was bidding on a 1928 East dollar, one of the the low mid of that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And fell asleep accidentally and woke up and it didn't buzz him. It didn't tell him that someone else bid, and he ended up losing it. But they ended up winning this. He said it was in good condition. 28 piece for 155.
No kidding.
I was like, dude, they just got a steal of a deal for a coin.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Man, it's so funny to see how you don't even think of how soft gold is. But as I was trying to rip it out of that package, it's like bending.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you look at that maple,
Yeah.
it looks so much smaller than the bars.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But the
It
bars
is.
are so thin. And yeah, gold is really that soft. Like that's why they used to bite into it. You can really tell.
Yeah. The more pure the gold, the more softer it is.
Yeah.
Well,
You start getting
it
like
shows the
14 karat gold, 12 karat gold. It's more of the other element. It's still gold. It's just a lesser.
yeah.
It's just more durable, basically.
The old prospectors used to bite it.
Mm-hmm.
Great Scots over there teasing me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. I tease and I know things.
So then this one was from Monkey King when you sent me the little nuggets. Hold on. Trying to put these over here so I don't. That way I can do my thank yous and all that after. But
I was telling someone just last night how I got the Partridge Family hooked on crystal.
yeah, you did. So those were from Monkey King right there.
Nice. Sick.
If I can cut through the tape they're going
I
in.
couldn't. Yeah, I made sure to make sure they got there.
Oh yeah, you did. Both of your packages were ridiculously. I mean, when I say that ridiculously in a good way, they weren't going anywhere. That's for sure. Most thieves would have given up on it just because.
I'm like, dude, if you're gonna steal my product from the person that I'm sending it to, yeah, you're gonna fight for it.
Very nice, DJ. Hey, I'm glad you're here, JJ. This is a momentous occasion. I know you didn't pour the ring, but I feel like, still a part of it all.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, and you guys are definitely.
So glad to be here.
Oops, there's that piece. I just need to make sure I get a count on this, and to be honest, I could try to pour it again if it's not too late. What time is it? Oh my God, it's almost 4 a.m. Yeah, I might end up waiting. Only because I'll have kids.
Hey, this is a powerful number day. Okay, it's the number 11. So,
is that gold too?
Yeah.
It looks like dirty gold, like when I find it out in the river.
It's that microscope light, and it is. It's
wow.
Flakes and all that good stuff.
Let's see. This one's from Jenny Hung. I got a couple of ones from Jenny over this time. I have one in here. I'm not sure if it's in this box or not. She sent me a couple of things of platinum too. I originally was going to put platinum in the ring, but then I decided against it because the temperature of the melting is so different that I thought I may be barking up a wrong tree trying to do this on my first pour.
Yeah.
So I decided I'd wait. I may add platinum to it at another time, but for now, I think I'll play it safe and just do gold and silver.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, this one's stuck in there good.
Yeah. Well, finished up with 59.
Yeah, that's pretty darn good.
That's not bad.
What's up, AA?
Hey, how's it going, Will?
Yeah, look who's live, Will.
Oh, hey, Will.
Man, this friggin' thing is ridiculous to get this gold out. It doesn't want to let it go.
We couldn't believe it either.
Is it hard to purify gold?
Holy shit. Somehow, I don't think these are meant to come out.
Out of what?
Out of these plastics, some of these plastic things.
The one with like the world map on it?
Those ones went all right. This one here is a Royal Mint, 1 gram bar. This one actually has let's see if you can see it on there. The that warrior. But it's I think I'm finally getting down through it. But a scissors wouldn't cut it.
Right.
There we go. Come on.
It's the weekend, so everybody here, unless they have other, plans, you want to pour, we're going to stay and watch.
Hey, Currency of the Earth. Is that Capital Currency or is that somebody different?
Someone different. He said it came from Hoosier Stacker's channel.
Oh, okay. Welcome.
Hoosier's still here.
I don't know. Who's your stacker?
I don't know. He looks a lot like a guy I know.
I went to high school with them. They're a weird bunch. I'll give. It's different there. I'll just put it that way.
Maintained.
There we go. That one's finally coming out. Come on now.
Who?
That was hilarious when we both got a like red T-shirt on. They put us side by side on Ida's. That was more scary than I thought. Because if you get us together in person, there's an obvious height difference, but you put us next to each other on our cameras, and it was kind of like, now I understand Keith's confusion.
So this is from KC Sering. He was just on here a few minutes ago.
Awesome.
And he had traded me this gold right
Make yourself
here.
big. Make yourself big.
What's that?
Blow
Make
yourself
yourself
up.
center stage.
Oh, okay. Hold on. There we go.
We're here for you. We're here for you, brother. We can sit in the background.
Whatever. I just wanted people to hang out with while I was doing
day.
it. I had given him, I can't remember, I think it was 1.5 grams nugget.
Woo.
And he sent 2 grams of gold, of small gold, instead for me to trade it out.
So this is nice.
So that's going
Nice.
in.
Thank you, Casey.
And what I'll do is I'll show you guys the plate of gold here once I finish putting everything in. We're almost done. This one was from who is this from? Oh, this is from Gypsy Stacker's thing when he did his thing, and I got it from Katie Graham. She had sent it to me. Hold on. Where did I just put it? Right there. And that was another Valcombi. Whoops. Another Valcombi bar.
Yeah.
What's nice is it's all that'll melt down really nice. These things right here with my regular river gold that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows and loves Katie.
Nope.
She seems real nice. Right about the same time I met her on YouTube, I kind of stepped off of YouTube just because I've had such a busy. Like we're getting married, and instead of us going on a honeymoon, we're taking the next 3 days to move. We're moving like 4 streets down, and
Nice.
Easier.
Better, bigger place.
yeah, it's a little bit of a bigger place, better part of town. It's this part of town's been getting pretty sketchy, a lot of drug use and stuff, and we're just tired of it.
Right.
So Jenny sent 1 gram. This is a Cicane card.
Okay.
So that's that one. I'll cut that one up in a second. And she also sent, like I said, she sent the platinum as well. So I've got 2 grams of platinum also. But I think I'll wait until next year. We're going to be, like I said, we may remelt these and put some garnets in there for stones.
Yeah.
And so I think what I'll do is when I do the remelt, then I will go through and get the I'll go through and put the platinum in then. But by then I'll have a little better idea on melting. And then let me just put this in so I don't forget. So already we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grams just in these gram bars.
William is curious if you've been silver half hunting lately.
Me? No, I haven't. I haven't lately. Well, we've been trying to do everything we can to get this wedding ready for tomorrow, and my mom was pretty sick there for a couple of weeks. So at this point, we were just not able to do anymore. I've still got that bag of them sitting there. I want to do the video, so I just haven't done anything with them because I know I'm going to do the video on. American Eagle Hoarder was really cool on my birthday in August. He wanted me to do the, a coin hunt with him. And I was like, I don't know. I just don't have the money to spend on coins like that, Yeah. And he's like, listen, I'll tell you what, he goes, I'm sending you $50 for your birthday. And he says, I want you to, the deal is you got to go spend it on half dollars. And he's like, and I just want to have like a, I want you to go through them and see what you find. And so I bought $50 worth of half dollars, and I got 4 40s, 3 40s or 4 40s, and then a 90.
Woo!
I was pretty excited. Yeah. So at that point, I'm like, okay, I see why people get into this.
Yep, he officially got the bug that night.
Yeah, I did. Honestly, at this point, I'm just waiting to go trade those in for maybe quarters, and then I'll count those, and then I'll go back to trading those in for halves. This is the just to try to be sure I had what I needed. This is the 5 gram one I got.
Oh, sweet.
And that's from the Perth Mint.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure I had some Australian gold in there.
That's 11 grams so far.
Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 11 just on here, and then I have all of this. This is pretty close to a half ounce, right there. There's a couple little coins in there as well. We had a good luck one with a horseshoe on it, and I'm sure there's an easier way to do this than what I'm doing, but
doing fine, bro.
So what kind of purity are you trying to bring it to?
Well, okay, so what we're starting with is basically everything I have, even from the river. We're talking about 24 karat. Let me bring this back so everybody's back on there. There we go. So I'm guessing what I'm trying to do is I'm hoping to get about an ounce worth of metal. So I'm going to weigh it out, see what I have. Hopefully, my hope is that I have about 3/4 of an ounce of gold. If I have 3/4 of an ounce of gold, I would then add the rest in silver to make the ounce, which should put me at about 18 karat, give or take. Obviously, I'll have to weigh it to find out for sure, but that's kind of my goal, is to do it that way. Just because even though in my whole time I was like, I want 24 karat rings, I've been told not to do the 24 karat rings, that I'll regret it.
Oh yeah.
They were definitely do.
Like you said, it's so soft. It's like butter.
Yeah.
And it will wear away like butter.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. So they said add silver to it. It's okay. Whoops. Boy, that's a nice. I can't believe I'm getting rid of a brand new little Perth Mint. It's my first one. I never even had a 5 grammer before.
Put it in. Before you fall in love with it, put it in.
I know, right? I'm going to shove this stuff
just
back.
Get it out of there, scuff the hell out of it, and then you have no reason not to put it in.
Right? Put a twist
I kind of did anyway. Most of the stuff I kind of put a pretty good gouge in it, trying to get it out of the
there you go.
Postal stuff. Let me throw this trash away.
A reason to look back.
Oh, I won't anyway. These rings are so important to me.
Where's Kellen now? Kellen, this would be like porn for Kellen. Melt it. Melt the bone.
Right.
Yep. Absolutely.
Melt it all.
Shell, Big Red.
Yeah, I was going to originally Big Red was going to pour them for me, and I just at the time thought, you know what? If someone else can pour them for me, why can't I try to pour them myself?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I did it. But let me get my scale, and then we can see what we're looking at. All right.
Look out, Great Scott. He's going to want to buy your gold.
I know, right? Well, I'm out of money. I'll be out of money now. I've spent all the money on gold that I'm allowed. Or there won't be a reason to get married. All right.
So you didn't marry me for my gold pouring skills, right?
What's funny is when we first started the gold prospecting, she was not into it. Like I would go out, I'd go out looking for a speck here, a speck there. And in my head, I thought, how romantic could that be? You find the gold in the river, you make rings out of it. And, I thought to me, it was just awesome. And I think she was kind of like, yeah, okay. And then I started finding more and more here and there. And the next thing you know, it started adding up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So those are nice bars. Great Scott.
Thank
All right,
you.
let's see here. On.
So I didn't do a lot of research into it, but it seems like I saw gold nuggets being around 85% pure. I thought
The bigger the nugget, the more chance you have of less pure stuff because there could still be quartz and stuff in it.
Yeah.
Most
Like
of my
smaller,
stuff, and I'll show you in a minute, is tiny. The stuff we get around here is so small that there's no room for rock or anything in it. I mean, we're talking flat. It's flat.
Is that generally the other part? Like it's going to be minerals or something, not necessarily other metals?
Yeah, I mean, if you're in a vein of something, you might get something like copper mixed or other metals maybe, but anything that I'm getting has been smashed so many times over that really it's so pliable in comparison to the other metals that what we're finding is really small flakes. Don't get me wrong, it may not be exactly 24, but New Hampshire is known for 22 karat plus. Most of their gold is really high purity.
Cool.
So I got 13.2 grams in what you guys just saw there. That was with Zach's and everybody's and KC syringes. And then I'm just going to pour in what I already have. You can see the difference in the gold, though. See how much smaller that is? Most of that's from our rivers.
Wow.
I say most. Probably 3/4 of it's from our rivers and then other stuff that people have sent.
So 13 ounces plus that? Or
yeah, it was 13 grams.
Or 13 grams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say ounces? Yeah.
We're up to 24.
You got like $30,000 rings.
No, my guess is about, if I had to add it up, well, we're at 26.5 is all the gold that I have right now. So 26.5 grams. That's almost an ounce of 24 karat gold. So you're talking about 1800? Huh?
Is that Troy grams or?
I don't know if it's but Troy ounce, right? So what's that? 28 grams?
See, because I think Troy
31 point something grams.
31.105 is how many grams are in a Troy ounce?
Troy ounce. Okay. So I'm at 26. So I will need 5 grams of silver.
You'll need 1/3 of that. If you're looking to make 18 karat, you were correct.
That's right.
If you have 3/4 of an ounce and you add 1/4 of an ounce, which is 1/3 of that original 3/4, then you will make 18 karat, 75% pure gold. So you need 1/3 of what you currently have in gold to make 18 karat.
I'll take the silver that poured out the edge of the other thing.
There you go.
We'll add that in first and see what that brings me. And then I've got plenty of silver sitting here. I can add more to it.
What was it again? You said 26?
26.5 grams.
Okay.
So I feel like if I can get it up to 31 or 32 grams, that should be more than enough to pour 2 rings.
So almost 9 grams is what you need. So you're going to need it to weigh 35.
9 grams.
6 or something.
26.5. What am I trying to get? 31?
You got to figure there's a little bit of extra through the vent and at the top.
Yeah.
That you're going to have to work with.
All right. Well, let's see what this does.
Well, I'm not thinking about ounces and grams and all that very clearly, so I need to call it a night.
Hey, well, thank you for stopping by there, Copper Owl. I appreciate it. Love the shirt. Thank you guys for that. And we'll be around. Like I said, it starts at 3. Please feel free to come by. I'd love to see you guys. I won't be watching the video until later on after the wedding, but I certainly will go back and watch every bit of the, So I appreciate you. Thank you guys very much. So I got 31.8. Great Scott. Now,
you need to get to, what was it? 35.5
Is that what it would be for
for
31?
18 karat.
Okay, for 18 karat. I hear
Yep.
you, Americans.
Like
Anyone have
35 and a
Archie's
quarter.
Cash App?
Maybe.
You have my Cash App. You've sent me stuff before, I think. I can send it to you afterwards for sure. So 31.1 grams in an ounce. I've got 31.8. You're saying I should get it up to 35?
Okay. So number one, you didn't have enough to make 3/4 of an ounce. So your whole idea of an ounce being 31, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter because you don't have that ounce. We're having to work with different numbers. 3/4 of an ounce would have been like 20, or wait.
Yeah, because I had 26,
No, I'm sorry.
25.6.
You're over.
Yeah.
You're well over 3/4 of an ounce. Okay, but anyways, if we're using all the gold that you have, which you said is 26.5 grams.
Yep.
Okay, 1/3 of that is almost 9 grams.
Okay.
A third of 27 is 9.
Okay.
Okay, so a third of that is, just under 8.9. Okay.
So I'm
So
looking for a final number of.
You take that 8.9 and you add it to 26.5 and you get 35.4.
Okay. So add
You
it until
wanted
I
to
have
add
30.
up to 35.4 total
it.
weight of everything gold and silver.
You got it. Hold on.
As long as you're adding silver now.
Yep.
and
I'm doing it
gold
right
and
now. Yep.
silver.
That way it's in there. 35.2. What was it that you said? 35.4?
35.4.
Hold on. Yep. 36. Hold on. 36. 35.6. Let's go with that one.
18 karat, baby.
Woohoo!
Call it 19 karat because it's a special blend.
I'm going to point this down in here. It's so pretty.
Prospecting. That's a pretty sight. Look at all that shiny.
I spread it out a little so you guys can see the different types of gold that's in here. There's a lot of small stuff in there.
Oh yeah.
Look at that 5 gram bar compared
in comparison to all the other stuff.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Panning. Look what I found panning.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, right with the big bars.
Make sure you get all that black sand out.
Can't help you, Will. It's not my recent people. Heading out, Jeremy. Thank you, Who's Your Stacker, for coming.
Have a good night, Who's Your Stacker.
I'll get in touch with the American Eagle Hoarder. I'll message you after I'm done this, so you have my information if you want. Man, that is a heavy plate of gold right there. I'm pretty excited. So now I'm like debating, it's like half of me says rebuild this damn thing and pour one, but I feel like I'm delirious and I would be silly to do it when I could do it first thing in the morning. I don't know. What's you guys' thought process?
How so it's 3 hours, so what time would you have to be up to be able to start pouring on these? Because it's almost 5 o'clock.
Yeah, right.
After
So
4.
I think she's got to be up at 8 to go do some stuff. I could probably sleep even till 8, and then I'd get up and have to start pouring pretty quickly. I'd have to start doing but I think that took less time to make that sand board with Great Scott's advice there. It actually worked a lot better. It was faster to make. And so I think it won't take me probably more than 15, 20 minutes per sand mold or sand cast. And half of me says I may do it like he was saying, where you do half the ring side by side. Maybe if I do that, I can take this mixture, pour one, pour the other. The only problem is I think I'm going to end up having to cut the sprue and use the sprue in order to fix. My ring is going to be like my ring's considerably bigger. It's the same style as hers, but I have fat fingers. They're size 13. So
Do you have cutters to be able to like snip off the sprues?
I have the. You know what? I do have them. They're in my truck. Yep.
Or a saw, yeah.
Yep, and I do have a small metal saw I got too, just in case.
Nice.
All my tools are up in storage, but I basically made a trip 2.5 hours up to grab the few tools that I thought I might need.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, I've got some ideas where you could pour them both at the same time with a very short connection, and actually that would probably be ideal.
Yeah.
Without having to worry about it pouring out any holes. It would all stay in your mold, but you'd still have plenty of ventilation to where it would fill out both of them.
And just do it in one pour?
Yeah. Basically, you would just, put the rings right beside each other with enough room to get that straw in between them,
Right.
A little bit spaced apart from that straw hole. That's going to be your main pour hole, is right in the middle, and then you'll have vents on each side of the two rings.
Right.
So you'd have two vents.
Yeah.
On the outside, the farthest away from the main pour hole.
Yep.
And then on that main pour hole, when you make it all the way through, you come from the other side and you want to do what happened on that one tonight by accident, where it popped out that cone.
Yep.
You're going to want to, I don't know if you've seen Big Red do it, but you just kind of start carving a tunnel or a funnel, around that sprue hole to where you're getting kind of close to the end, but you don't want to try to make it meet up directly. Okay. You want to, get it like 3/4 of the way, 3/4 of the depth. So just be really careful. You can't really go too shallow. You don't have to worry about that. So go shallow if you need to.
Yeah.
Just don't go too deep, because then you'll have to press that clay again, which is not a big deal. I mean, that's the great part about it. When I was telling you, not to do it the way you did, it really doesn't matter because it was practice and all. But that's the great thing about this. The clay is so moldable. You can do it over and over and over and over and over again. It's not going anywhere. You're not wasting any. Same with the gold and the silver. They're precious metals. They don't burn up.
Right.
You melt it and melt it and melt it and melt it and melt it.
I'm really hoping that after these rings, the reason I spent the money I spent on this furnace, I'm not going to lie, I expected it to be a little bigger, but it's more than big enough for what I need. And there's a lot of items that I've saved throughout my life that were my father's, my grandfather's, little World War II toys and things like that were trinkets. And I thought, how cool would it be? So there's people out there that would see that poured in silver or copper or whatever, and probably really enjoy seeing something they used to have that was plastic at one point, or, and so I've got a lot of ideas for different art, and I'd love to start doing like my own little channel rounds and things like that. But, and you're right, Casey Sering, it's not pure procrastination, because I did have a lot of things going on, but, but yes, I should have been pouring this a week ago.
Check this out. Purple Squirrel made this for me. 3D printed it.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that sick?
That is way cool.
So I'm going to start doing pours of this.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I think that'll be fun, because I've been part of prospecting channels. I've been part of coin channels. I've never really had a group thing. I've always kind of done my own thing. But it would be cool to get together with different pourers, whether it's you or somebody, and just share ideas and congratulate people for getting, doing such a great thing, and I remember when iCirc was just starting, and now he's pouring stuff that's just unreal, and so I feel like for my first pour, I just poured a damn ring. I'm doing okay. So if I can really practice over the next few months, who knows what I'll be pouring in, 6 months, a year from now,
Right.
if I didn't say hey Thomas 907, sorry, I was gonna say hi to you and then your name went by. Good to see you. I just poured, just so you know. Hold on, for the people that just came in, this was my first actual ring pour. Now this is out of 999 silver. Obviously, I have to cut the sprue off and do a little grinding, but we are getting married tomorrow, October 22nd. We're getting married, and I have to make 2 gold rings by then. So I just went through all the gold I have, added the silver I have, so in order to make 18, 19% or carat rings. So it's time. This is stuff that actually Thomas 907. I think I might have even won a pay dirt from him a long time ago from John's AU Family Prospecting's channel. So I think there's a few specs of his in there as well. But I have a lot of friends that sent me everything from a few specs to a gram or whatever, and then the rest we've been finding in rivers around here in New Hampshire, mostly Vermont. Honestly, Vermont has probably done me better than New Hampshire. And then I sold my gold dredge and bought a furnace, and I'm on my way.
The dredge is
What's
replaceable.
the melting temperature of gold?
What's that?
What's the melting temperature of gold?
21. Hold on.
It's higher than silver?
I think it's 20. Yeah, it's higher than silver, I think. Let me just check it. I had just looked it up earlier.
That's wild. You would think with the softness that it would be lower.
I think it's. Let me check. I could be wrong, but let me check. Melting temp for gold.
I thought copper was in the 1900s, or maybe it's
1948. I might be wrong. So it's 1948. Silver is 1753. And copper, I think, is 21. I think that's what it was. Copper's a little higher than both of those.
So
I'll set it at 2000 probably.
When you poured the silver one, you were at 1950.
Yeah. And then I dropped it to 1900. When it hit 1900, it pretty much melted it pretty well. But that was pure silver. This is going to be. So yeah, I'm thinking if I set it at 1900, probably still, I bet it'll be just fine. I bet that'll melt it down to where it needs to go. What did I say? 19. I forget what I said now, but
1948.
That's what it was. Okay, so if I set it at
probably
2000, whatever.
You can do 1950 and or even 1960.
So 1675 is the melting point of 18 karat gold.
Okay.
14 karat is 1550, even lower. But
now, what about, because like the silver took me 1800, 1850 in order to melt the silver. So how would it be lower than that? You know?
Because it will meld with the gold.
It just turns into I guess it's not really gold or silver anymore. It's an alloy at that point, right?
Yeah.
So
you've combined their chemical bond to each other, so they've changed their composition.
Yeah. And American Eagle Hoarder, you know it, buddy. You know it, buddy. All right, I'm gonna quickly go outside and smoke another half a cigar here. I'm like over here vibrating,
Safety meeting.
Yeah.
Safety meeting, everybody.
I'm vibrating, man. And
I'm glad you stopped by, Great Scott, because I never see you guys enough, and you've helped out a lot with both the site and just in general, good advice and things. And so it's been it's nice when I have people like that come by and hang out, because sometimes in chat you can't really, there's not a lot of time to chat and just hang out. And I wish I had started the show sometime yesterday afternoon, but we had a rehearsal thing. But it's gonna happen. I'm gonna pour 2 gold rings before the wedding tomorrow.
There's only so much, emotion typed words can convey. So seriously, man, I am so stoked to be any part of this and just to be around you, leading up to the moment. It's beautiful. And all that gold being by so many people and so many of them being here right now.
Yeah.
and
it's
smarter.
all my friends and family. You know, that's how I feel about it. Every time I put on that ring, I'm going to remember every single one of you guys, whether you were here helping with advice or you were sending gold to be part of the rings. To me, it's all one family, and it's that special bond between she and I. I'm going to get a lump in my throat over here. It's that special bond between she and I that also unites a whole world of people that may have different views, may have different whatever, but we all cared enough about each other to make this happen, you know? And that means like the world to us.
Dude, it's beautiful. It really is.
It made it worth going to the river and picking up 10 specks one day. two wheelbarrow fulls of garbage, and we're finding 10 little specks, you know, but it made it worth it, you know, to go do that because people were interested, you know.
You are feeling none of that pain now.
Yeah. Hi, Kenneth. How's it going?
What's up, Kenneth?
Hey, Lieutenant Edelman. How's it going?
Edelman, hey.
We're getting people on the other side of the pond that are waking up now.
Right.
Street tips.
He does street tips. I'm not street tips. He does
Oh, I know him.
Doesn't he do like chemically? Doesn't he do? Yeah. What an awesome process that is too. Right. I mean, you have to have a setup where you know you're not breathing that stuff in, but to be able to bring all these things down to a pure form that doesn't even look like gold, and then all of a sudden, boom, gold. It's amazing to me. That's something I may get into later.
I would love to see some gold crystals.
Yeah, no joke. No joke. He sells, I don't know if it's him I think it's him. He sells stuff on eBay, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's like brown and it looks like powder. But if you take that and you melt it, it is literal pure gold.
It's powder gold, yeah.
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 It's early in the morning for us too. It's 4:27 a.m. here. Yeah, it refines the gold and silver. I've watched so many of those videos and I thought, man, that setup is just so cool. And I could see myself doing that someday. We have land here, and my grandfather was definitely was prospecting out there. I believe he died of like emphysema and stuff. Now, I found a shit ton of mercury around his house. My guess is his job was burning it off. And it was would have been the 60s and 70s, maybe 50s, 60s, and 70s. And he died in the 80s. Not actually, I think it was 79. I think he died. So I never I wasn't old enough to talk to him about the land or what was out there. But I can tell you, we moved a couple of rocks, and our first few specks we ever found was on our land, just sitting there in a little waterfall on a piece of moss. And it was small, but it immediately made me think he was here for a reason. There's a lot of dig holes, you know. At first I thought they were graves, to be honest. But then I realized he had an old Ford 9N or 8N or whatever. And if you add the size of the bucket of that thing, it would be about the same size as the hole that I'm dealing with. And then the guy above us, like that abuts our land, he was pulling 3-foot chunks of quartz out of there. So, I mean, if that's the case, there could be, you know, quite a bit in there. It's just got 55 years worth of overgrowth on top of it now.
Right.
So I get out there, and after about an hour of shoveling, I'm like, okay, we need a backhoe.
Right.
But yeah, I've learned so much from so many that it's almost like when you get to go, like when I first did the sand mold yesterday, I can't tell you how many times I've watched different people's videos and how they do it. And they were showing bigger holes. I'm watching them do it, and I'm going, those are way too big. I'm going to lose all my stuff. So I made it smaller. It was stupid little mistakes because I second guessed it, you know. And if I just would have gone with what they were doing, I would have done it right the first time probably. But I think she'll be excited to wake up in the morning and at least it's a full ring. So now I got to figure out a way to perfect it so I can get the gold ones, and I'll just keep doing them all day. You can run this furnace for about 3 hours at a time if you want. That's what they suggest. So my guess is that's about 4 times of pouring if I absolutely had to do it. You know what I mean? If I had to redo it, okay, try it again. That's about 4 tries. So, and by noon, I got to be ready to rock. So we'll see. But I can't even tell you. I'm stoked. I almost didn't go on. It was like 2:00, and I'm like, silly. No one's going to be awake.
Come on. You know this community.
I know. Yeah, that's true.
I'm not sure how you can purify gold or silver like with fire, but I think if I remember properly, you can use silica or glass basically. It seems like you can just use straight glass, and that will help to, I guess, attach and pull away any
borax helps too, right?
Contaminations.
Can borax, doesn't that help like burn off some of the other?
Possibly. I thought borax was like for curing like dishes.
Well, it
fill in the pores.
People actually, swordsmith and knife smiths, the actual forgers, actually will use borax as a binding agent, so to say, kind of like flux.
I feel like because it's so pure at this point with what I have, I'm using 999 silver. I know there's nothing else in it, and then I've got 24 karat gold. Other than a few specks of black sand that's in there, that I probably am not going to be able to get all of it out. I mean, there's just a few specks that but I think that'll burn off. I'm pretty sure. I do have the graphite stick, so I can give it a stir. But again, if a little bit of black sand ends up on there and I have to buff it out and there's a little black sand stuck in there, I'm not going to be upset about it, to be honest. It's such a small amount that I don't even think it'll make it out of it. I think at that temperature, it's going to turn, like you said, into glass at that point.
Says borax helps get impurities out.
I think so. I think it helps
in the metals.
That's what I heard. So like maybe when it's cooking, I could probably, I have borax. I could add a little bit in the thing, but I'm not hitting it with flame. So I wasn't sure if it was going to work the same, because it's electric. I didn't know if it would heat, if it would still burn off the same way. And I didn't want to be adding impurities to it. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't chance it.
No, just go with what I have, you think? Yeah. I don't know what temperature it is where you guys are at, man, but I'll tell you what, it's like 30 degrees here.
Yeah, it's dropping.
It's in the low 40s tonight.
Low 40s, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely chilly here.
Will says add the borax a tiny bit. Andrew says yes, borax helps.
Okay.
All right.
Well, there's a good chance I'm going to try it a couple of times tomorrow morning before I'm done. So if I try it the first time by itself and it doesn't work right, I'll throw a little borax in there and see. It separates impurities and makes them float to the surface with any slag. Theoretically I shouldn't have any slag, but if I do, it would be that small amount of it's basically iron, not iron, not iron, it's magnetite. Because it's all like magnetic black sand, and I've cleaned it 100 times, but there's just a tiny bit of speckage in there, but I'm not too worried.
Yeah.
But it can't hurt. It can't hurt it. So, but yeah, I don't know. Every step I go is a new step. So
can that be taken out with a magnet? Does it attract to a magnet?
Anything left in there now, yeah, you're right, because I've already done the magnet. So anything left in there now would probably just be the non-magnetic black sand. That's just like in the river. It would be, it's like microscopic. It's tiny, but it's, I can try hitting it with a magnet before I start, just in case, to see if it'll pull anything up. But I feel like I've been through it so many times at this point that I'm almost guessing it didn't come up with a magnet last time.
Yeah.
It doesn't end up in the pour. Okay. Does it stay at the top like at the sprue? I don't know. This is all all new to me, man.
Yeah, my impression is that it would. I mean, okay, so yeah, it might stay separated, but yeah, I don't like the thought of like sticking, the rod in there. I'm too paranoid that I'd pull up gold along with the slag. So
Right. Well, I guess I'm
yeah.
dealing with such a small amount. It's one thing if I was
Yeah.
pouring 3 ounces of gold. Okay, you lose a gram, no big deal. But in this case, if I lose anything, I'm kind of in trouble.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. I'll have to think about that.
You should have a good amount though. What was it? 34.6 or something? Or 34.4?
30. What did we say to bring it up to? 35.4.
So you've got like an ounce and a tenth.
Yeah, something like that. I think there'll be more than enough. Where's my other ring?
Mhm.
I have where did I just pull that other one from? Here it is.
No,
So-
Kenneth, he's melting down gold and silver to make an 18 or a 19 karat gold ring for him and his future wife.
Yep. Well, and me too. I'm doing mine. This is hers.
Yep.
This will be her ring once we do it in gold. And then this is mine. And it's the same exact style.
Right.
It's just mine's way wider and way bigger. So mine's going to take, I'm guessing, at least double what hers is. Hers, my guess, will take, if I did the figures correctly, because stainless steel is about 8 times heavier than water. Gold is about 19 and a half times heavier than water. If I did my things correctly, it's about 3/4. So if I have a 2.5 gram ring like this, I'm going to need about 5 grams of gold to make that. And that'll give it a little sprue, but it'll be double the weight for the same amount of metal. And mine,
for yours or hers?
For mine, that's for hers. For mine, mine was
okay.
8 grams stainless steel. So I'm looking more like let's call it 16 to 18 grams at least of gold or our mixture. Yeah, because there's a big difference in size. If you look at the 2 rings together,
yeah.
The other one's inside there. So, I'm going to take up quite a bit more gold on mine.
Yeah.
While I'm thinking, I think I might pour this right into that.
Too bad you couldn't pour it like that, one ring inside the other.
I know. Wouldn't that be cool? Hey, and there's no such thing as can't. It's a matter of when I try. I'm just pouring this into the crucible so that it's in there and not out and about. Laying around. And actually, you know what's funny? It's all the black sand stuck to the plate. Perfect. If you notice that little bit of black sand that was in there, stuck right to the plate. So
awesome.
I don't think I have to worry much about that now. And that can just sit there and cool.
Hey, hardcore copier.
What's that?
Hardcore copper.
Hardcore. What's up, hardcore?
Hey, hardcore copper. How's it going? I did my first. I'm getting married tomorrow. I'm a complete procrastinator, and I'm getting married tomorrow. I have to pour 2 gold rings by, let's say, noon tomorrow. They have to be ready to be worn. And this was my first try with a silver, making a silver ring. So once I cut the sprue off and the other thing, that'll be a full circle. I just got to make 2 gold ones, hopefully a little nicer than that one. And then I'll just buff them up like crazy and hope that they look good. You know, that color looks good on our finger as we're getting married. It's on, no, it's tomorrow, noon. It's at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So I'll be turning on my live. Coast? My live will be turning on right around 2:30. I'll set the camera up, hit the button, and then it'll just be recording what's going on in the church.
Noon on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Will, thanks for coming by, buddy. I'll definitely contact you for sure, man.
Take care.
Later,
And
AH.
Kenneth, he is adding silver.
Yep.
Kenneth, he's working with 24 karat gold and pure silver.
Yep. We added, I think it was 26.5 grams of 24 karat gold. And then it was, what was it? 8 grams of silver. It was a little extra, 8 point something.
8.9,
Yeah.
just under 9.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think you're right. 18, 19 karat.
Yep.
And I think that'll be perfect. I think that's going to be plenty strong.
10 hours, Bullion. 10 hours.
Yeah, literally, like in a few hours, we're getting married. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. But anybody who wants to come, just swing by the channel. You'll see a live going on. I won't be on there talking and stuff, but I'll definitely be. You'll see us get married and stuff. Or we're going to try to set it up at the reception too.
Leave a nice comment.
Yeah.
Leave a nice comment.
Hey, Big Apple Stacker.
It's our way of saying hey and signing the guest list.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny when you go this far in the morning and and everybody's just getting up and
right.
We haven't stopped yet. Half of me wants to pour it tonight, or this morning, but I feel like I'd be a fresh set of eyes doing the next sandcast. I'd probably be doing better. And my temperature on this thing's down to 300 finally. So if I turn it on now, it'll take another 2 hours to cool down.
Right. Then put the gold in a baggie or something.
Oh, I put it right in the. I already put it in the.
Crucible.
In the. Oh my gosh! Not the flask. Yes, the crucible. I already put it all on the crucible. It's only at 300 degrees, so it's not going to do anything. It'll just sit in there until I turn it on. That way, the kids don't mess with it.
Yeah, that's how. I could just see you knocking that plate and then it just all going everywhere. And I'm like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. No. I've got 2 autistic kids. Trust me. The gold does not lay around here very often at all.
Right.
Yeah. One of them is she just loves to go. Everything she finds is treasures when we go to the river. And so if I leave anything shiny out at all, like she'll have this ring. I guarantee if I leave this ring sitting here, she'll be wearing that in the morning, showing mom, first thing, I'm sure.
Yep.
Thank you, John Jacobs. Thank you.
So this is what I have in mind.
Okay.
You got your 2 rings.
Yep.
And then you've got your main pour vent hole right in the middle.
Yep.
And then you'll just have to knock down a little piece of that wall there.
Yep.
To connect it to the ring and there. And then the same thing on the sides. You just knock down a small section of that wall. You don't want to do the whole thing.
Yep.
That's why you're spacing it apart so that you can make a small sprue that makes it easy to clip.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about that being too small.
Right.
It's the entrance that's going to have to be decent size.
Yeah.
But the vents, they're going to get clogged eventually. But
right. Now you're saying which side of that would the sprue be at the top or in the middle?
In the middle.
On top.
Okay.
In the middle.
You're saying do it sideways. You're saying set it up
right
like this, so that I'd pour here.
Exactly.
There'd be a ring here, a ring here,
vents,
2 vent holes.
These 3 vents, they're two vents and the pour hole, but they're all going to be on one side of that.
Okay.
The other side is not going to have any entrance or anything. It's just going to be the bottom side.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to try that. I'll try that first. I'll probably do the same thing. I'll probably turn on the computer and just, leave it running while I'm doing it in case anybody's around. If anybody wants to come check and see how it does. I'm guessing I'll be pouring I'm going to call it by 9 and give myself 2 hours of playing around with that before I have to, to start getting dressed and bring the dog to the kennel and stuff and all that before we go. Might be even 8. What time is it? 5 o'clock?
5 hours my time.
Yes. Well, no, yeah,
15.
that's only it's 4:45 here. So
Yeah,
what I'll probably do is go to bed in 15 minutes and then try to crash for 3 hours and then get back up and start over.
right.
I want a 3D printed ring for my wedding ring. That would be cool.
Jerry, it was great seeing you, brother. I'm not leaving it yet. It was great seeing you. Congrats. Have a great time tomorrow.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I love how this community pulled together for you, brother.
Me too. Me too. It really was amazing. It was amazing. For sure. I appreciate all you guys. For sure. Thank you for being here, man.
I wouldn't have missed this. Gee. If it meant I had to stay up all night, trust me, I'm gonna be staying up all night. We party. We rocking this out.
Like I said, I'm going to crash in about 15 minutes, and then I'll probably restart in about 3 hours. And I'm hoping I get a really good pour that first time. And man, if I could do that on one pour, that'd be really nice. I'm expecting it'll take at least 2, but if I can do 1, woohoo! I mean, just the difference between this one and the first one I poured, just the air hole made such a huge difference. That alone made such a huge difference. I put things too far away. I had stuff I think my vents were about 1.5 inches away, and I was running little lines to them, which I don't think they ever really made it down the lines ever.
So the good thing about pouring it the way you're going to do tomorrow flat is that you have gravity helping you on both sides. It's not going to come out of the vent hole as easily. It's going to put more pressure on the insides so that it really, fills in the mold better. It retains more pressure in the mold that you're wanting to create, because it can't flow, right at gravity isn't taking effect. Gravity is actually pulling it away from the vent holes.
Right. Okay. Makes sense. It makes sense.
So I just sent you an email with my number. Give me a call, and if you don't want to go live, or if you do want to go live, we can always go backstage and StreamYards.
Yep.
It's whatever you want to do.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that for sure, man. I really appreciate you guys being around to help, and all your advice means a whole lot for me. That's for sure.
I've watched a lot, and I pay attention, and I've got a mechanical kind of mind. I'm a thinker, so anything I can do to help out, man, I'm glad to do it.
I'll probably need a thinker. My brain's going to be half asleep, so I'll be one-eyed and probably have a Red Bull in my hand, hoping to wake up.
Right. I hope you're able to sleep well. And
I'm ready. I've been nonstop for days, man. I haven't slept hardly at all, so I am absolutely ready to close my eyes for sure. As soon as that thing had a circle, I was happy enough to go. I can go to bed now, knowing that I created a circle. Isn't that funny? Mm-hmm. It doesn't need to be perfect, but if it's a gold color on her finger, she's going to feel better. I know she is. So, like I said, I could have gone and gotten married and just done it with these two things, but my goal is to make it so that didn't need to happen. If that has to happen for mine, okay, I don't care.
Right.
I can make mine later. Personal. But I really am hoping I can make 2 that we can at least go there, do our thing. If someone says how'd it come out, they can giggle about how it's not perfect, but we can always remelt and do it the same thing again on, in the next 3 or 4 days after that. So that'll be the fun part about it. Thank you, Kenneth, and you guys for stopping by. And you're welcome, Bullion Stacker, for sure. You guys have all been a big part of the Partridge Family Prospecting since the beginning. Everybody. I've been doing this now. Gosh, I guess I'm up to around 2.5 or 3 years or something. And I have more friends here than I do in real life, in my normal life. So, and it means a lot. Like, to me, I talk to people about stuff that I don't even talk to friends about. I mean, it's the relationships that I've created or had created here have meant the world to us. So, I really appreciate all you guys and your help and your support for sure. And feel free, like I said, anybody who wants to go to that wedding tomorrow, feel free. It'll be running live. We might even do the reception. So I'm not a big dancer. I'm not very good at it, but we'll be all out dancing, having a good time, and it should be a fun time. So,
hey, by chance, I don't know how superstitious she is about the whole something borrowed, something blue, something old, something new.
yep.
Well, the finishing of that saying that many people do not know is, and a sixpence in your shoe. Many people don't know that.
I don't know that I have
You
a
don't-
sixpence in my
You
shoe.
don't have a sixpence.
I'll have to look. I mean, that's something that I've gotten some coins from out of country that I am not exactly sure what they are. So if I have time, I'll look. But if not, I can throw a penny in our shoe or something.
Right?
We'll cut it.
There you go. Hardcore Copper said and a penny. So yeah, it's supposed to, everything's supposed to symbolize something, but that's for future prosperity.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, look, I'll see if I have one kicking around for sure.
That'll be cool. If we don't get to make it, for some reason you can't video or whatever, I'd love to see pictures of how the rings.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and like I said, we'll have the video going, and it's not going to be a long ceremony. The first part in the church might be a half hour, 45 minutes tops, but we can always go back. It's going to be on YouTube. So even though it's on StreamYard, it'll be on YouTube for however long, and anybody who wants to watch can always go back, but we'll have lots of pictures for sure. So we're doing like a photo dump. Someone created a photo dump for us on Facebook. It's
cool.
It's called it's like hashtag finally or hashtag about time or something like that. And so everybody who gets pictures can all digitally put them in one place. And then we'll definitely be doing a video with pictures and things. And yeah, it's we've had a lot going on, but it's finally starting to come to a head. We'll be able to actually breathe here soon, I hope.
It's going to be an awesome day.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Yep. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. I hate to shut it down, but I'm sitting here starting to do this. So I'm gonna shut this thing down and try to hit the bed for a couple hours, and I'll be back on. So keep your eyes open, and if you see me on, feel free to hop on. And I thank you for all your advice. Like I said, I'll be definitely trying it your way, and this will be really awesome. I can't wait to see how it turns out.
Yeah, me too.
All right, man. We'll catch you guys tomorrow, either at the ring pouring or the wedding.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night, everybody in chat. Thank you guys so much for coming. Appreciate y'all.
Night, brother.
Good night. Have a good one. Thank you guys all in chat. Iris Collector, Kenneth, Hardcore, Bullion Stacker, Hoosier Stacker, everybody that's been in tonight. I really appreciate you hanging out and pushing and being my cheerleader, so to speak. It's been great. And I look forward to seeing you guys. Hopefully you guys stop by tomorrow and just give a hey or whatever while we're doing the wedding. And you're all welcome. You're all invited. It was important for us to try to make it so our friends could show up, even though our friends couldn't all be there. So have a great night. We all love you, and we'll catch you tomorrow.